Hi, I'm Brian, Service Manager at Whole Latte Love, and today we're going to be discussing adjusting your pre-infusion using the Brew Switch on a ECM Synchronika.
All right, this is so like a plumbed-in pre-infusion, right? Line pressure?
Yes. So you can achieve a little bit of pre-infusion using the machine off of the reservoir only, but you're basically just going to be getting the pressure inside the coffee boiler that's built up from the heat. So works a lot better if you're actually plumbed in. So real quick, just to review what I mean by pre-infusion.
Sure.
Pre-infusion is when you first introduce low pressure water to your coffee. And that's when the coffee is going to start blooming. Okay. So you can adjust this through your water pressure coming in through the machine. Now, if you look at the gauge on the front of the Synchronika right here, we're a little above 2 bars of incoming line pressure. So if I wanted to adjust that, I could do that at the filtration system. Say if I wanted, 3 bars of incoming pre-infusion pressure, just adjust your pressure down there.
Yeah, you've got a pressure regulator on that, so you're able to do that.
Yep. So if you don't have a pressure regulator down there, they're a great addition, especially for this application. So
sure.
So when you're introducing the water, I'm going to show you on this cutaway here. Yeah. Okay. So when you're moving your lever, you usually start down at the lower position here. When you first pull up, you're going to feel it kind of pop into a little secondary position there. Sure. Now when it's there, this cam right here is not actually opening your upper or your lower valve. And it's once you get all the way up that you see that valve start coming up. And that's what allows the water to come through the mushroom into this chamber up here and out into introducing into your coffee. So then again, when you go down, you can see your lower valves move, which is discharging the pressure.
Sure. Okay.
So what we're looking for is sort of a symbiotic relationship between this switch right here, which is what activates your pump, and the location of your valve at that time. Okay. So you'll see on this machine, we have it set up already so that there is no pre-infusion. So if I go up, the pump kicks on as soon as I lift that lever up and it's touching the valve. Now you can even have it so far out that your pump's kicking on before you even open the valve, which we definitely don't want that.
We don't want that happening.
So what I'm going to show you is how to adjust this switch so that you can give yourself more pre-infusion.
So kind of change when it's going to actuate the pump based on the lever position.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is just need a 14mm wrench, and you're just going to loosen this nut here.
That one right out front.
Yep. You see, first things first though, we're going to be safe. Shut the power off.
Shut the power off.
Okay. So sometimes you'll get a little movement on the actual switch in the back. So if you just kind of put your finger down on it like that, that'll help hold it steady. Okay. So I'm just loosening the front here enough that I can push back a little bit, and then you'll see the other little nut in the back there. All we got to do is move that forward.
Which will pull that position of that back a little bit, right?
Exactly. Okay. I'm going to tell this a little bit off. Clearly, I've done this a few times, so I can kind of eyeball it pretty well. But you can just play with it a little bit until you find it in the right spot. But that should get us pretty close right there. We'll turn the power back on.
The idea being you can lift the lever now, get some line pressure pre-infusion without activating the pump.
Exactly. So, middle position, no valves are open. Now you can see I've got water running through the system, and I haven't engaged the pump yet. Now I'm all the way up, pump's engaged, and that's going to be full pressure. So one other thing I just want to mention while we're focused on this area is on this micro switch. I discussed if you have the switch pulled too far back, when you lift up, it may not engage the switch. Let's say that switch isn't engaging and you don't think it's back that far. A couple things that you can do to kind of check that out is if you use like a credit card or a butter knife or something like that to press in on that switch, you should be able to just go like that. If you do that and it's still not activating your pump, the first thing you're going to want to do just to kind of check, I'm not going to go too deep into this just because it's a little bit off topic, but since we're right here, I'm just going to do a quick continuity test. And again, I'm going to turn power off, safety first, test my probes, getting continuity on the probes. So I'm just going to put the leads on the 2 pins that the wires are connected to there, and then lift
and see if
I have continuity. You should have continuity. If you don't have continuity there and you know that this switch is fully pressed in, then that's an indication that your actual switch has gone bad. It's not horribly frequent, but like I said, we're right here, so I wanted to bring it up.
Okay, that's really cool. So that, you know, the Synchronika here, along with, you know, there's, I think the ProfTech Pro 700 can do the line pressure pre-infusion like that. Some plumbed-in machines you can't.
Right. Yeah. Right. There are some that have a solenoid at the beginning of the system. You'll see that on some rockets, some Bizarras. So this isn't going to be completely true for all models, but yes, there are several that the same idea is going to work just the same.
All right, Brian. Thanks so much for taking us through that.
Yeah, not a problem.